Hello YouTube and welcome to a mega build. Today we are have been doing because at the moment I didn't talk actually for the other bits. So today we have been doing The Last of Us themed small barracks mega build on Minecraft. Now, there is a shader pack installed, and this is totally vanilla. Now, before we start, I'm not going to show underneath this for a reason. Now, I'm not going to detail that reason at all. Now, this is themed with The Last of Us pretty much. Now, originally this was just going to be a small barracks mega build. And then I thought to myself, hold on a minute, I've played The Last of Us, I've read up on The Last of Us, why don't I make this a The Last of Us themed small barracks basically. Now I've themed it with what they basically say. They say, obviously, I can't remember if it's on the back of the game or it was on the Wikipedia page, basically about like the buildings and the cities. There's a lot of like foliage on it basically, like the vines that I've put on this to represent it, and obviously I noted from the mission where you're in Bill's town, they actually said the wood's probably rotted and the tyres were rotted, especially, so which would probably mean wood is rotted, as you can see by the bits of wood I've broken off pretty much from there. I've also put 2 watchtowers. Now this, I'm not sure whether it is a I think I'm going to make it a hunter one. Not 100% sure. I'll probably make it a military one. And the reason I'm making it a military one is because if you haven't played the game, it's obviously set after a pandemic. A lot of the world even is wiped out or infected with this disease or infection. Let me put it like that. And resources and money is limited. So I've kind of themed it off like they don't have a lot of money, they manage to do as best they can pretty much. And this is like a very it's a very old but kind of recent barracks, as you can see, and like they didn't stay a long time, and I've left no detail. I've left no bit that isn't detailed pretty much. As you can see, we've got mossy cobblestone here, and this is a tent if you're wondering. The green top of tents. I've obviously put the beds in. I've put vines on, as I said, to make it like that in here. Now this, I was struggling with this, but because it's like a kind of old one, this is where the details really get into it. Like, instead of putting normal food in there, because of Minecraft vanilla, there is no such thing as rotten like food, pretty much, bar for potatoes really. I've put spider eyes, rotten flesh, and poisonous potatoes. So like in the actual Minecraft game, this will actually hurt you, and like so would rotten food pretty much. Obviously I've got the vines as well in here. We've got the around like the barracks, we've got 2 watchtowers which I'll show you the inside of, and we've actually got an armory. If you go into here, and I'm now not going to be able to get out, but if you go into here, you've actually got everything. Now if you haven't played the game, this is a tiny spoiler for the series, so if you watch The Last of Us Remastered series, spoiler alert, on this channel anyway, you've got your horse armor, which you see a lot of them use is horses in the game, because, and yes, there is a car used, but cars like are gone, which vehicles are, unless you're the military, and horses have become like what they use. I've also got fire charges, and that's like flares I'm using this as. We've got the diamond armor you've got bows and arrows, because guns is military, but if I'm theming this off like a hunter US military type base, you need to have the bows and arrows because they do use that. But obviously in vanilla as well, and this is limitations with vanilla Minecraft that didn't help with this bit, was that you can't have guns in vanilla Minecraft. So I done the best I could with bows. You've also got your swords as well, and that's like your shivs, that is pretty much. and stuff like that, and like your melee weapons. But that obviously, again, the vegetable. I cannot pronounce that. The foliage, I meant to say. Let me just grab some stone blocks because I've actually got to get out. And now, of course, and I've thought of this, because this is a military place, obviously we've got a heavy pressure plate there. And that's because if you're a military person, you're a hunter person, you're going to have a lot of armor on. Aren't you? You're going to have guns, you're going to have weapons. So you're going to be quite heavy in that. And you've also got a locked door, so if I actually do the normal like that, I can't open it. To make the like feeling that it needs to be protected. Now, if we look on the outside of it, we've got the glowstone lighting as well. Now, this was a difficult choice because you can't really put torches on wood because it sets it alight. And a glowstone's not really electrical. It's kind of natural, but not natural source. So that's why I chose to put this in. And we've also got an alarm system that is now out of use, but you've got like a tripwire connected to note blocks. I don't know if the note blocks actually work because I didn't do this with my headset on, but you kind of get the point. Now you've got your stairs here, and you go into the watchtower, and like there is no door, and this gives the feeling of like the wooden door is gone. Pretty much, there was a wooden door, and I've just broke vines, but there was vines there, and this gives the feeling that the wooden door's gone. It's rotten. And obviously there is no rotten doors, so I can't. And like, well, I should have really done that. And like, there's no ladders here to give the feeling that it's actually gone. Pretty much the ladders. Yes, this was to give like the feeling that there is no ladders. This side is rotten. The ladders have. Again with the door there, and obviously you've got your mossy cobblestone to give it that old kind of look as well. Now, obviously, sadly, there is no mossy cobblestone like slabs in vanilla. This is 1.7.10 if you're wondering. So I couldn't use anything like that, sadly. But that would have made it a slight better. Now if we go into the other watchtower, we've got the no doors again to make the feeling that they're rotten. And then we've got now we've only got a small amount of ladders here to give the feeling that some of it has rotten, some of it hasn't. To give that like more authentic kind of feeling. And again we've got the watchtower, and I think we've nearly wrapped up. Now as I said, I cannot show you underneath, and that's due to another project. That's all I'm going to say that's going on. I can't give any details on that right about now. I'm actually going to set the time because I'm being creative. As I said, I cannot give you any details on why I can't show you underneath, because that's for another project that is in development for Little Bixie Games. Now again, as you can see, we've got the vegetarian, I cannot pronounce that, foliage, I'm going to pronounce it as here, and you can see like that, and it's started to overgrow as well, and same in the inside really, it started to overgrow. Now just ignore the village because I just literally started this here. And basically it started to overgrow and started to overhang, and like here as you can see it's gone right down, and like especially with the watchtower as well, it's over the glass so you struggle to see out of it. But I'm afraid guys, that is all today. I apologise I didn't talk in the start. Obviously I just wanted to show you like the development of that really. So I will actually show you over here. I'm using the Ellie skin that I made. Again, if you've watched the Ellie video, skin video, the reason it looks like a Steve head was because the limitations of Minecraft skins is incredible. So I am going to say thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more great content, like if you liked, dislike if you dislike. Comment, let me know what you think. If you want any improvements to the video, the build, if you've got any quality problems with it, etc. If you just want to say hi, share as much as possible. And I'm actually, before I start the other project that's to do with this build, I'm actually going to give a 10 share challenge, and I'm actually going to modify that as well. We're going to have 10 shares or 10 likes. We can reach that number, either 10 likes or 10 shares. I will make this base map, which is just this barracks, without the modifications. Yes, there is a few modifications, but they don't work, that have been done for the other project that's underneath. And this map will be up for download on the Minecraft forum if we can get to 10 likes or 10 shares. So, with that in mind, as I said, share as much as possible. I'm going to say thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you next time. Cheers.